push back because it's unfamiliar territory. And let's never forget, we all coming from some place of trauma. Because no matter what age you are, all of your relationships, all the people you've interacted in your life made you who you are right now. You're gonna be tough. You're gonna keep your feelings to your chest. You're not gonna open up to people more. You're gonna basically, it's like we post everything about like not telling people our business, obviously. Don't listen to people, obviously. And all of these things. And then when you got the right people in your circle, you can tell them everything. They're gonna support you, push you through. And then when you tell the wrong people in your circle, you're gonna see them. And so it's like we can choose to withhold all of our things within ourselves and continue to maintain unnecessary relationships with people because they're negative. No, you continue to share your goals, dreams, and aspirations, your love, feelings, and all that with people and those that support and understand and come at you correctly versus those that are negative and all that. You'd rather know who you're dealing with right now than to basically find out about them later on in life.
Right.
And then you can make your decision amicably to separate or keep them at a distance or continue to mess with them. But if you continue to mess with them, I strongly suggest once you know who they are, you act accordingly. You treat them how you're supposed to treat them. You mess with them how you're supposed to mess with them. You don't go into all the details with them, and they will find their way out of your life. Whatever religion you believe in, your religion will help you guide, will help you be your guide in helping you find your way out of your life, those people out of your life. And in the midst of me over talking about this whole polyamorous situation, triangle thing,
You're just really passionate about it.
no, I am. Listen, I love love, and I'm big on it. And I love people that I love. I love to see people be married, and I love to see people in a relationship. But at the same point in time, I know for a fact you can't put nothing past nobody in a relationship. I understand that going in,
Yeah.
but my heart is always going to be different. My heart is a hopeless romantic. It's a hopeless romantic by default. Too much sitcom television and stuff like that. But my heart is a hopeless romantic. So it's like I'm always going to be that person that loves love and want to explore it and find it. And my journey in finding it is, one to say the least, challenging and full of trials and tribulations and heartache. But I tell myself that, hey, if it was easy, everybody would do it. And if it ain't hard, then it ain't meant it. It's not necessarily if it ain't hard, it ain't meant to be. It's more like the King Arthur's tale of Lady Guinevere, or the Knight's Tale of your Cinderella, and all of that stuff, where you don't know the person, but you're going through X, Y, and Z to basically search and seek out that person. For those of you that watch Frozen, for those of you that watch what is it, Aladdin, all those shows that where you just basically your journey into finding a romantic partner is not going to be paved, and it's not going to be easy. You're going to be forged into a weapon, steel, chair, spoon, whatever it may be. You're going to be forged. And by the time you're done, you're going to be in a good place with the right person. And the right person will come to you when you realize that, I would say when seconds turn into days and days turn into minutes. No, when seconds turn into days, or seconds turn into minutes. There you go. Seconds turn into minutes, minutes turn into hours, hours into days, and so forth and so on. Where it feels like you guys are moving at the speed of light. That is the person that you need to continuously. So I would say lean in on, because it's very difficult, because it's hard. It's a hard thing to swallow, especially when we're coming from our traumatic places where we're questioning everything about it. But it is, and I only say this because I'm growing, and I had to go through these motions and these highs and lows myself to understand the concept of that. But one thing I will say, never ever let anybody peer pressure you to be with somebody because they're nice.
And I'm going to take that and circle it back around to a whole bunch of things you said. But the gist of all the things that you said, in terms of what I'm talking about, is situational polyamory and situational monogamy, where people are polyamorous not because they desire to be polyamorous, but because they're meeting people that don't meet their needs. And instead of saying, hey, this person isn't meeting my needs, I'm going to shift this relationship into something else and then go look for that person that meets my needs. They choose to keep this person around and then find all these extra people, that whether that's cheating or whether that's dating multiple people at the same time, whatever that dynamic is. But even though their heart's desire, their soul's desire is to be in a one-on-one monogamous romantic relationship. That's like my idea of situational poly, like what you were talking about. I'm dating all these people and I'm okay with them being poly as long as they don't bring anybody home and get anybody pregnant. But your soul's desire is to be in a monogamous relationship. You realize that you hadn't connected or reconnected with that right person, right?
Yeah.
And then situational monogamy, where you're in this monogamous relationship, but you recognize that you want more.
Yeah.
That this person, while you love them and they do meet needs, they don't meet your primary needs. There is still this part of you that feels like, for lack of a better word, it's dying in this relationship because your primary needs, all of your primary needs aren't being met. And yet you're staying in this relationship. You're in situational monogamy because, I said yes. Oh, we've been in it for so long. Oh, we have this, whatever, 5,000 reasons why we stay in these situations that we know in our hearts and our souls aren't right for us, right? So yes, there's those three types of people I talked about: the ones that are monogamous, the ones that are polyamorous, and the ones that just need to be by themselves and do community service.
Yeah.
But then there's also situational polyamory and situational monogamy, and I feel like a large majority of our culture, of our society, is in those situationships versus walking out the way that they were designed to exist in relationships. And it's hard.
No, it definitely is hard. I think about a bunch of people that I see in relationships, and I just look at them like, yeah, you know what? I'm not feeling it. But you like it, I love it. But I'm not feeling it, and it's because it's like and I'm not. And people say, oh, you haven't been in a relationship long enough. You don't know what it's like to put in the work and this, that, and the third. I'm like, I hear you, but at the same point in time, it's like, yeah, when you and the people that have said that to me are not either not together or they're going through some shit themselves. But so sorry, they're going through some things themselves. Oh my god, party, they're going through some things themselves. And it's just like no, but it's just like I've dated a lot to basically compound a whole bunch of stuff into like decades of dating and being in relationships with myself and with people. And it is very important for people to understand that just because you want it and it ain't right, it ain't right. I mean, I'm not sure if everybody's situation kind of took off on like how my situation is mentally and emotionally, but I've seen where people get with people and they're because they're a nice person and you're infatuated with them and you're infatuated with the moment. They're they like you for the struggle, they like you for the success, or they like you for that time, and yet you hang on to that.
Right.
And there was a bunch of videos I posted on my Instagram and I share with people where I forgot this guy's name. He's a pastor though, but he said something about like, you could be a whole package, but just be delivered to the wrong address. And I was like, that's deep. Because it's true though. You could be a whole package and you're being delivered to the wrong address and you mistaking a romantic relationship with just building, with just basically an opportunity for you to learn more about yourself.
Right.
Through this individual and this individual is to learn more about themselves through you.
Right.
And that is the assignment that whatever you believe in, God, Buddha, Krishna, the universe, whether you are an atheist, that is your path at this point in time. When that time comes to expire, don't fight it, man. Just go with it. I know everything in us is easier said than done. Everything in us wants to fight for it and make it work and this, that, and the third, but it's like a journey and a destination, lighting a candle. The fire is great. It's burning and it's providing life and resources, but when it dies out, it dies out. And in some situations, the candle's forever burning. And that is what we all deserve, and that is what we all are that is what we all are literally entitled to. As long as we hold breath on this earth, we are entitled to a relationship and a love of a candle that is never going to burn out.
But see, a lot of people don't have that same thought process there, because I truly believe that there are different types of love.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother conversation. But in short, there's people who, I love you, and I love, my way of showing love is being committed to this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to, you asked me to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go get you some ice cream. I'm going to wake up in the morning and get you some ice cream because I'm committed to this relationship. Do I want to do it? Heck no. But I'm committed to this relationship, right?
Exactly.
And then there are those people who show love, or they have this loving connection that's so deep they could stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning talking about anything and everything, right?
Yeah.
And then there are those people that love is so passionate they get in the same room and they can't keep their hands off of each other.
Yeah.
And then there are people that the love is so passionate that they can have these, and like two different types of conversations. One conversation, we can talk about our dreams and our goals and the future and all of these envisioning things. And the other part of that conversation is that deep, vulnerable, I'm sharing all of my deepest, darkest, hurtful moments with you, and you're sitting with me in it, and you're embracing me, and you're holding me and allowing me to be vulnerable. Like, there are so many different types of love, right? But with all of that, I think the thing to remember, and I don't remember if I posted this on social media or not, but there's a difference between connection and attachment. And I think that's what you're talking about. That sense of love that's like passionate and fiery, and it continues to grow. That's connection. You can't make connections. They either are or they aren't.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a connection, you can't pretend your way or work your way into a connection. You
For
can create
sure.
an attachment,
Yeah.
but it will never be the same as a connection, right?
Yeah. No, and I agree. And I've been in those situations where to this day I still keep in contact with those people because they're good people. But
Right.
we're good peoples. We're good peoples to each other 100%. But like you said, there's the attachments and there's the connections. And unfortunately, the connections supersede the attachments. And every now and again, what I may perceive to be a connection may not be. And every now and again, what they may perceive to be a connection may not be. It's like, and the question I ask anybody who's got an answer to this or not, because I don't know, I'm still working on it myself. But it's like, when do you give in, or because I feel like everybody is afraid of getting hurt, and so they push away those connections because it's like, I've been hurt a lot before. I have, and I'm pretty sure all of us have. We've all been hurt. But then every now and again, you come across that one individual that's like, yo, this hurt will be devastating to me. I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, it's scary.
I'm not gonna mess with you because you gonna rock my world. I'm strong. Don't get it twisted. I'm strong and tough. I can go through anything. I'm good, but I'm not gonna mess with you because if it goes great, I know it's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful, beautiful. But on the off chance it goes bad, I'm gonna be devastated. I'm gonna be crumbling to pieces. I'm gonna be set on fire, burnt into ashes, cremated type joint. How do you put that part of you back together type joint? And that's hard for a lot of people to swallow and to take in, because unfortunately that's the part of the whole thing of love and romance, man. It's a game of Russian roulette. You don't know when you're gonna get that bullet, but you sitting at this table playing, and the question you got to ask yourself: are you asking the right questions? Are you even talking to the right person? Are you even connecting with them on the right level? I mean, they're nice and they meet your needs and they're kind and they're sweet and they're loving, but are you connecting with them?
Right.
Are you like? And it's like, do you think about them? Do they think about you? And the one thing I heard a lot of people say, don't ever tell somebody you love them first, because when you do, you lose. I can't be that person playing that game. I can't, yo. It's like, why are we playing these games with people, yo? Because if you really got to play that game with somebody, then right then and there, that ain't for you. The whole situation is not for you. It's not and void, because what you're doing is you're playing the game with somebody that's literally not your person. Because when it is your person, all the rules you've ever told yourself, all the things you've ever thought, known, cared about, and operated in will change. Your whole dynamic. And if you find yourself still acting the same way, still thinking the same way from high school, middle school, college, all of those your single days, and you still have that same mentality about love and romance, don't do this, don't do that, yo, you ain't met the right person. Take a deep look at yourself and ask yourself, are you wasting their time, or are you here, or are you accepting assignment? Because the assignment means you here for a temporary time. That means you here to build, they here to build you. Y'all here to build each other, heal each other, and grow. We're preparing each other for our next relationship. We're preparing each other to be the best version of ourselves for the next individual. And we have to understand that we have to accept that assignment. But it's hard for a lot of people to accept that assignment. It's hard for a lot of people.